Hi, I'm Joey Lott, creator of Peaceful Possibility Training. And I teach people how to connect with a power within themselves that allows them to live lives of peace and freedom. And the question is it possible to fully recover from obsessive-compulsive disorder? And I understand where that question comes from because I lived that question for many years. I struggled with my experiences of OCD that were just debilitating. And I was fearful because nothing seemed to work, that I would just have to live with this condition forever. So I understand where that question comes from, and I also believe truly that recovery is possible. And let me explain why I believe that that's so. Now, have you ever wondered why it is that you can't test using a blood test, for example, or a genetic test for OCD? The reason you can't test for it is because this is a condition that whatever the original initiating causes, it gets maintained not through some sort of gene or an infection, but rather through a habit. Now, this is not a habit that you are consciously aware of. This is a habit that happens at the physical level. This is a habit within the nervous system. But the good news is that, like any habit, it's possible to change this habit, to transform the old habit that is painful and limiting into a new habit of peace and freedom. Now, changing habits isn't always easy. I know that. But it is possible. And the leading therapies for addressing obsessive-compulsive disorder, those that show the greatest outcomes, such as ACT and ERP, understand fundamentally that obsessive-compulsive disorder, whatever may have initiated it, it is maintained through this habit, through repetition. And every time that we repeat it, we strengthen it. We strengthen that habit. So these therapies take the approach of, instead of strengthening that old habit that we don't want, we're going to instead do something different. And by doing that, we begin to establish a new habit of peace. Now, these therapies have some reputations of being sometimes challenging to do, but they also have the greatest outcomes. So this validates my claim that it is a habit and that it is possible to change that habit. And that once that habit is changed, it's possible to live that life of freedom for good. So that is my answer. I do believe that a full recovery is possible. I know it. I live it every day. It's wonderful. It's possible. I believe it's possible for you.